Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Coach Champ. I'm here with the one and only Lewis. I'm gonna allow him to introduce himself. Lou, you got the stage, man. Introduce yourself.
It's been a while since I got the stage. How you doing, everybody? My name is Lewis Gouveia. Hashtag motivate me Lewis. You can find me all over social media. Just Google me.
There you go. There you go. So, guys, we're here, man. A lot of times what happens when you have relationships with people, when you have friends, those people actually give you stuff, empower you, help you, support you in ways that you would never even imagine. And this gentleman right here has been one of those people. Give you a funny story. We lived next to each other for all of our lives, and only recently did we get connected. But things happen for a reason. Now we're here, and we're going to ask some questions to Lou. First question I got for you, Lou. Lou, if there was one word that would describe you, what would that word be?
One word?
One word.
Fan-freaking-tastic.
Fan-freaking-tastic.
That's right.
Is it together?
Together.
Why fan-freaking-tastic?
Fan-freaking-tastic. Because I gave myself the ability to always think outside the box. I don't like being fantastic. I like being freaking fantastic because it becomes very addicting to people. The energy just comes out so much better. So when people start asking me, hey, how you doing? Instead of just saying fantastic, I'm fan-freaking-tastic. Like I more than just standard. You get me?
More than just standard.
Absolutely.
And that's good because I think that a lot of people, unfortunately, man, in this society, we are standard. You know, a lot of people are just, going through the ropes. A lot of people are average and fan-freaking-tastic. That sounds way above average, huh?
Absolutely.
Way above average.
Average is so standard. It's so soft. It's so soft. People really want to do that hustle part. People really want to be that different. But when you're so soft and so standard, it's like... exactly.
I hear you. So let me ask you a question, because I'm pretty sure there's people out there who maybe you don't want to be honest with yourself, but you are living standard. You are living average. And it's okay. It's okay. If you are one of those people, it's okay, all right? Because we all started somewhere. And a lot of times that somewhere was an average place. It was an unfortunately not so good, great place. But Lou, man, people out there, they need help. They need a strategy. They need a game plan. How can we take somebody who's living average, standard, and take them to that freaking, what was it again?
Fan-freaking-tastic.
Fan-freaking-tastic. That's the hashtag of this video, by the way.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very simple. If you want a really great lifestyle, then you can't be standard. You can't be soft. In order to get the fan-freaking-tastic, you have to be freaking different. You have to be fantastic. You really have to go beyond regular. I mean, regular is where people are at right now. I mean, if you have a regular car, it's because you live in a regular life. If you got regular problems, that's because you live in a regular life. Now, if you're living a fantastic life, that's because you're putting out fantastic abilities, a fantastic hustle, a fantastic mindset. It's all about that. I mean, so any regular person can become fantastic, and any fantastic person can be regular if they just let go of that ability of being fantastic.
There you go. The decisions that you make, right? So Lou, what do you think is one big decision that people need to make in order to transition from being average to being fantastic? Freaking fantastic.
I mean, it's a huge transition. First, it's accountability for everything that is currently happening in your life. Once you accept what is going right or wrong, then you're able to start making a shift in your life. But the shift, once you see what needs to be changed, I mean, you got to change it immediately. It can't be a slow process. That slow process doesn't create enough momentum in order for people to change. People become stagnant. It's just like everybody and their mother signs up to go to the gym right before New Year's Eve. I'm going to lose weight. By the second week, the gym is empty again because it takes too long of a process. So people can't do this the way that they would do it, like to lose weight or to change a habit. I mean, you have to be on it.
You gotta be on it.
Right away.
One thing I like about you is and it's funny, man. There's been many moments that I have with you that taught me something, and I think indirectly you taught me something else. One thing that you have taught me without even kind of like, speaking it and saying it, it was speed.
Mm-hmm.
Speed. You got to be quick. And you even just brought this out right now. Urgency. Living with a sense of urgency.
Absolutely.
Is that important?
100%.
And if it is important, how do people from being average, never having a sense of urgency, like what can they do to kick it up, right?
Tomorrow's not guaranteed.
Tomorrow's not guaranteed.
I mean, that's
Face the reality.
I mean, that's the mentality that people really need to uphold to themselves.
Mhm.
Tomorrow's not guaranteed. If you're the type of individual that wants to leave an impact, that really wants to change something, change somebody's life, tomorrow's not guaranteed. So that means that your message will not be delivered tomorrow. So if you have so much that you have to give out to the world, like you want to stop hunger, right? You want to help people from being in poverty. You want to help entrepreneurs grow. You need to start delivering that message right now, right at this moment, because what if you just walk out the office, you get hit by a bus? I mean, your message is not going to be delivered. I mean, you ain't helping nobody at all. At all.
That's true. That's true.
Time of the essence.
Time. Yes. And with that being said, Lou, maybe I'm gonna take you to left field on this one, but check this out. With that being said, speed, time, sense of urgency, doing it now, being immediate, getting on it. What happens when you're on it? You're urgent. You're on the things. You're doing it, but you don't see the results that you desire. What happens then? Because as we all know, sometimes people get on a trip, they go, but because they're not there, you say, you know what, I'm not even gonna go there anymore, I'm gonna go back home. So what happens when everything that they're on it, but they're not seeing the results that they would like to see?
It's patience.
Patience.
At the end of the day, things won't happen immediately. You have to be in action. You have to be very consistent. Once you're being very consistent, you're gonna start seeing it coming back at you. Again, let's go back to the gym mentality. If you're always putting into action, you're eventually going to lose that goal of weight that you wanted to lose. The same thing, as long as you put action into us being motivational speakers or a physical trainer, as long as they keep on putting that action, they're eventually going to get a result. But it has to be patient. Like your action needs to be now. The value comes with patience.
Patience.
And a lot of people get really twisted. They get really messed up and they get caught up. They're like, oh my God, I'm running, but nothing's happening. I'm just gonna stop running. No, I mean, ever heard of that saying that that gentleman that was digging for gold and he was 3 feet from gold?
Gave it up.
He gave up. But if he was to keep on digging for gold, he would have got it, right? It's that patience mark. When you really think things are falling apart, that you're actually not going to get it, you're literally this close to getting it. Literally this close. When you're feeling desperate, when you're feeling weak, when you're feeling beat up, that's when you definitely got to get up because you're literally this close. Literally.
And I think a lot of times what happens is, obviously you're going to experience pain. Yeah. Obviously you're going to experience some unfortunate situations. Yeah. And a lot of times I think, especially in the society that we live in, we don't associate something good to pain. We don't like pain. Oh, no, this hurts. I don't want to do it. I remember I was training somebody. I put on, instead of a 25, I put on a 45. No, I don't want to do it. I can't do it. It's going to hurt. Yeah. But as a motivator, let's help the people. How can we start to train people to understand that there is pleasure in pain?
Absolutely. I mean, for example, right? Take a little child. They touch a hot pan. That's pain.
Yes.
Right? If they learn from that, they'll never touch a hot pan again, right? That's pleasure. For the rest of your life, you're never going to have pain again of that. Same thing with entrepreneurs, right? So if you go out and you lose a bunch of money, right? Let's say that you invested in the wrong thing because you weren't prepared. At the end of the day, that's pain. You're going to get pleasure from not doing that mistake again. And eventually, from not doing all these pain factors, you're eventually going to find the right thing to do in order for you to get that more pleasure back.
Yeah. That's so key. And just going back to kind of like, as you said, with the connection with the fitness and people signing up, and physically, you have to go through pain in order to have your muscles grow.
100%.
You know, you have to.
No pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain. It's cliche, pero tú
It's
sabes.
cliche, but it's true.
It's
Even
true.
with business, no pain, no gain. I mean, if you don't invest it in your business correctly, you're not going to have any gain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people, they get very scared. Like, listen, scared money don't make no money. That's a huge mentality that people till this day don't understand. They're like, all right, let me put my money in the bank. Let me get my 0.25% interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even 1.25%. It's like 0.005% now on your money.
Hmm.
They're so afraid to actually invest their money and lose their money that they're actually losing money by leaving their money in the bank. And a lot of people do that. They're so scared of the uncertainties of tomorrow that they're afraid to go to the gym because they might get hurt. They're afraid to start a business because they might go broke. They're afraid to start a relationship because they don't want their heart broken again. They're afraid of this and afraid of that. So meanwhile, they're becoming cocooned, but they're not going to be butterflies.
Hey.
You know what I mean? They're cocooned in such a way that they're literally just constricting themselves. And they're eventually just going to get to a point in their lives, they're going to be 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, and they're going to have a huge laundry list of regret.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's why it is so important to get on it now, guys and girls. I'm sorry about that,
Absolutely.
ladies and gentlemen out there. It's very, very, very important to get on it now. And the funny thing about this, you have to understand that you're gonna fail. You have to understand that it's not always gonna be good. You have to understand that there's gonna be moments that it may be looking very good and then it's gonna look very bad right away.
Yep.
However, there's something that I would like to share. Although he's the one giving you the real deal. Okay, please listen to him. But I will let you know, as Lou was saying, you have to be persistent. And guess what? If you're persistent, you'll get it. But if you're consistent, you'll keep it.
Yep.
Okay? If you're consistent, you're gonna keep it. Yes, be persistent so you can get it. But listen, once you get it, what are you gonna do with it? A lot of times, what happens? We get it, and we don't know what to do with it.
That's right.
And that's why consistency is very important. So listen, Lou, man, we're helping them out. We're having people, going into their minds, giving them some empowerment. Drop one last golden nugget for the people. Just one last golden nugget. It can come from left field, right field, whatever. One last golden nugget. You got it.
Don't die with regret. Don't die with regret. The last thing you would do is be on your deathbed and have a list of things you want to do. Can you imagine that?
I don't want to imagine that.
Can you imagine that? That's nuts. That's nuts. That your last minutes here are thinking of everything you're going to do. Instead of being grateful for everything that you did, for everyone that you helped, for all the lives you've impacted. I want to go out like that. I want to go out with, damn, I helped these many people. I helped 1 million people from starvation. I helped another 1 million people start businesses. I helped another 1 million people become self-aware. I helped another 1 million people become inspirational. I helped another 1 million people do exactly what I'm doing in order for them to help millions of people. That's a checklist I'm going to be doing in my deathbed. What are you going to do?
Don't die with regret. Over and out.